Due to a meeting that Mr. Tialai Raj, the CTO of Mimos, has to attend, I believe he's with the minister, he's unable to join us. So our apologies. However, in his place, we have Encik Muhammad Fairuz Khalid, Principal Engineer at Mimos, who would be giving the keynote. A brief about Encik Fairuz. He's an expert in distributed computing. His current role in the lab is providing technical direction, architectural design and implementation of system software, employing distributed computing solutions. His aim is to, or rather the lab's aim is to make complex stuff so simple that more people can adopt. Yeah, and in terms of qualification, Encik Fairuz has a bachelor's degree in computer science from New York University and a master's in distributed computing from University Putra, Malaysia. So without further ado, may I invite Encik Arus to come on air?
Okay, thank you for the nice introduction, CS. And thanks again for the invitation for Mimos to share our work. Okay. So the talk of today is about initiative to build a digital workforce, a Mimos perspective. Just now, CF's already described about Mimos, so I don't want to elaborate further. This is a summary of our journey in Mimos. We start with the R&D in microelectronic, then we involve in the R&D in ICT, and we currently under Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation. So before we go through the program in Mimos, at the national level and Mimos level on the future workforce, let me share with you what I would thought about this digital workforce. So this is the definition I got from Deloitte. So it is described a variety of robotic and autonomic solution for driving productivity, efficiency in workplace. Some of the technology are in early stages of development, while others are coming to maturity and undergoing mass adoption by businesses. Okay, so in reality, when it comes to embracing digital transformation, company or businesses are in different state of capability and readiness. So due to this, there are need to have a systematic approach to educate and to include everybody in this evolution. I call this as evolution. So at the national level, we have a couple of programs. The first one is the Industrial Forward. The second one is the Technology and Innovation Sandbox. And at the Mimos level, we have one initiative, what we call the Center of Artificial Intelligence and Future Industry. So let me share with you what is the Industrial Forward. So this is the framework of the Industrial Forward. It is a national policy on Industry 4.0 that was launched on 31st October 2018. Its intention is to drive the digital transformation of the manufacturing and related services sector in Malaysia. So you might be asking why we are focusing in manufacturing. So the reason because about 22% of our GDP is depend on manufacturing. So to date, its growth has been effect of stimulating jobs, attracting investment, and creating business opportunity in the downstream and related service sector. So the vision for this is to make Malaysia as a strategic partner for smart manufacturing and related services in Asia Pacific, and to make Malaysia as a primary destination for the high-tech industry, and also for us to provide total solution as a total solution provider for advanced technology. So the shift factor for this, basically there's three elements. There is people, process, and technology. So the enabler or the programs, we need to think about all these three elements in order to make this as a successful policy. So this is in detail about the strategy. We summarize this as we call it FIRST, FIRST. It's about financing, infrastructure, regulatory, skill, and technology. I don't want to bog down in explaining about the strategy. Let's go straight to the sub-program that support this main program, Industrial Forward. So the first one is the Industrial Forward Readiness Assessment. So this is a comprehensive program to help firm businesses access their capability and readiness to adopt Industrial 4.0 technology and processes. So the assessment used as a predetermined set of indicators to understand their current capability and gaps. So who eligible for this readiness assessment? So it has to be a manufacturing and related services sector. Any valid registration and business licensing. Company has to be 16% local equity, and it has to be in operation for more than 3 years. So in terms of process of involving in this Industrial Forward, so the assessment is funded by the government of Malaysia. So first, if a company interested, then they can apply through this online link. Then the application will be evaluated by the committee. After that, the committee will assign assessor to assess the manufacturing company, and then the assessor will provide the report to the company. With this report, the company will develop intervention proposal, how they going to close the gap or how they can improve from their current situation. With this proposal, they can apply financial incentive from the government. So then once they get the financial incentive, they can implement their intervention plan. Okay, so for detail, you can go to the MITI Industrial Forward webpage to get further information. So that's the first program, the assessment. The second sub-program is the Smart Manufacturing Intelligence Service Platform. So basically, the idea is to provide the cost-effective, flexible, integrated technology solution to facilitate technology 4.0 for technology adoption. So the target group is the early adopters of the Industry 4.0. So the outcome from this activity basically is a pilot project together with a company, and it can become a living lab as a reference for their future improvement. So let me share with you some of the pilot project that we have done. So in this particular company, we work with a company that produce chicken feed. So they have a miller machine that utilize a lot of power. So they try to reduce the power consumption by understanding how they utilize the power throughout their process. So we provide a monitoring services for them, and from the data, then they know when they can balance out their use of power utilization. So the second one is with the Halal food solution. So this is a poultry company that using a lot of chiller and freezer and spin chiller throughout their process. So they need to monitor this the temperature. So to ensure that the product quality is as per standard. So we provide a solution. We work together with them. We put in a sensor in the chiller, freezer, and the spin chiller. Okay, the next one is with Bitfox. So this is augmented reality solution that we provide for them to monitor the equipment. Some of the test equipment is behind a glass door, so it's very hard for people to come in and access the equipment. So what we do, we provide a solution as an augmented reality. When they point to the particular equipment, they give the detailed information about the equipment. So we monitor the OEE, the availability, performance, and the quality of the product from this equipment. The next one, we work with Denso Hitachi. This is to monitor the production flow optimization. So we measure the dwelling time and journey time of the operator in the production floor. From here, we know how much time they spend on their work area and how much they spend on working to from one work area to another. From here, then they know how they can optimize the location or the setting of the factory floor. And the last one for the SMSP pilot project, we work together with Soliteca Allied Solution. So this Soliteca, they produce this wireless earphone. So basically, for each product, they need to go through a lot of test cases. So the idea is they want to know if they can reduce the test cases, meaning they can fastly release the product. So what are the test cases they can reduce without impacting the quality of the product? So they provide us with the data, then we build up the correlationship with the test cases with the quality of the product. From there, we identify what are the less impactful test cases they can reduce, but still produce the high quality product. So those are some sample of the SMISP pilot project that we work on. That is last year. So this year, there's a few other companies we are approaching to help them in their journey into Industrial 4.0. So the third sub-program is the Biz Forward. So Biz Forward basically is a collaborative platform to connect and mesh companies intended to adopt Industry 4.0 solution. So it's a repository or database of business ecosystem. So it's kind of like a marketplace of but this is Industrial 4.0 technologies. It's not like the Shopee or your Lazada marketplace. Okay, so if you are a company, you can register to this bizforward.mimos.my and you can log in and see who are there that can provide the solution required for you in Industrial 4.0 technology. Okay, so those are the three sub-program under Industrial Forward that we MIMOS involved under the policy. The next national program that MIMOS involved is the National Technology and Innovation Sandbox. So this is a newly introduced program. It's I believe it's introduced in somewhere August this year. So the idea about this program is to provide a facility for researcher, innovator, startup, and high-tech entrepreneur to test their product. Okay, services and business model. So typically, when a company or startup try to introduce a new product, it takes longer time for them to produce. And what this policy provide is a platform whereby they can try that on the live environment. And we also assist them in overcoming the regulatory aspect of the product in order for them to produce and market their product. So there's three objectives: to create high skill job opportunity and to increase the GDP, and then also to increase the private sector investment. in terms of the economic sector for these sandboxes, there's fews that we are looking at in energy, business, financial services, culture, art and tourism, medical, healthcare, smart engineering and manufacturing, smart city and transportation, water and food, agriculture, forestry, education, environment and biodiversity. Okay, so this is typically in the product you have this technology readiness level. So there's divided into three: early stage, mid stage, and late stage. For the early stage, the ideation and validation stage, this a startup company can work with mostly agency like Magic, Technology Park Malaysia, Mimos, or Futurize to help them to develop the product. And for the later stage, for the product development and efficiency, they can work in the regulatory sandbox. Okay, this is underneath is the mostly agency the roles in this NTIS program. So Mimos is more on the capacity building and also provide the infrastructure. So like I think CS also mentioned earlier what are the Mimos role. So the area that we have, the expertise that we have, we make it accessible for the startup and entrepreneur for them to test their solution with the technology. Okay, if you are interested, you can go to this www.sandbox.gov.my to send your application. Okay, so since this is new, so it started in August, we haven't really got much example that we can share. So probably later, end of the year or early next year, we should be able to showcase how much has been done in this initiative. So internally in Mimos, we also have this our own initiative, what we call Center of Artificial Intelligence for Future Industry. So when just now I share with you the industrial forward, that's more on the manufacturing. Then the sandboxes is more on the startup and also new entrepreneur. So this KAIFI basically is try to align everything. Okay, it's not just about the manufacturing. It's not just about a new company. It's also can be it's have a bigger role than the what specified in the policy. Okay, so it's a public-private strategy collaboration approach. So it's from academy and also from industry. So there's two intention. One is to diffuse AI innovation. The other one is to industrialize of AI innovation. Okay, the focus area. In Mimos, we have this AI research lab. We have this natural language processing lab. We have image processing lab, machine learning, deep learning, and statistic lab. In terms of the talent development, we do this through an annual AI workshop. Then there are AI tech roadshow, training, the collaboration together with university. We provide consultant services for solutioning and market POC. And we also do a solution development using the open source or existing toolkits. This year is not much that we can share in terms of talent development because of this COVID-19. That's not much event that we can do. So in terms of this is what we have done prior to the 2020. So the economic area in the business financial services, there's program with MIDA. MIDA is Malaysia Investment Development Authority of Malaysia. So there's a portal whereby we can help in the investment assistance. So MIDA have this database of company in Malaysia. Let's say there's one company want to open a factory in Malaysia. So if you see below this, my assistant is a chatbot that we created. So they can verbally talk to this my assistant, or they can type in the information. For example, they want to open a factory of sensor. Then they supply the information, what type of material they required. So from there, then the system will try to find out what are the supplier of the component for their factory located. And then the company can open the factory near to this supplier. That's one example of this investment assistant. The other thing, we work with this Afin Huang on the market analytic. This is based on the social data and also the news feed. So we try to find out the sentiment about a particular company or particular stock. Then we try to map it with the stock price. Okay. So from there also we build a entity relationship, a company, individual in the company, how he related to the other people and other company. So how those can influence the direction of the company. We also work in the digitalizing healthcare services. So this is a National Health Data Center warehouse. We build this together with our Ministry of Health. There's about 3,211 government clinic, 154 government hospital, and 336 private hospital that provide data to this data warehouse. From there, the target is to provide the KPI management, planning reports, GIS driven dashboard, and analytic for healthcare research. For this particular one, the dashboard, it shows the principal cost of hospitalization. If you can see the detail code, this is codification of the illnesses. Because this different hospital might enter different term for the illnesses. So what the system do, they have to harmonize this term, and we then we codify it into as one term. So this is international codification. So when we refer to a certain code, everybody in the world know that it's referred to as particular illnesses. So then from this we can gather about the disease trend, based on male, female, location. And then we can also build a GIS story map. So in this particular example, this is about the malignant breast cancer. So it started in, the data here started in 2012. You can see it's moving. In 2013, there's more location of these illnesses. 2014 and 2015 and 2016. So with the data, we can build a story how these diseases got evolved in Malaysia. With the data also, we have the data about number of car park in certain hospital. Then we can propose that to increase the car park number or number of bed of the hospital. Okay, so the next one on the transportation and smart city. So we have this intelligent vehicle counting. This is based on image processing rather than we use the traditional under umbrella counting. We use a camera to capture the information. So for this particular one is based on the vehicle identification or classification. We also look at the brand of vehicle and also the color of vehicles. Together with this, we integrate with traffic waste data. From here, we can provide a scenario planning or traffic prediction. Okay, on the agriculture and forestry, this agro bazaar has we work together with the Ministry of Agriculture. This particular program is been very long time since the Rancangan Malaysia I think this one is Rancangan Malaysia ke-10. Now it's Rancangan Malaysia ke-11, the 11 nation plan. It started in 10 nation plan. So we provide a portal, marketplace for the agriculture for business to consumer and business to business. So during the COVID-19 MCO, the user increases. So what we have to do, we have to move the server from the local data center into the public cloud. Okay, the next one is on the conservation. So this is in the Royal Belum Park. So basically, you can see here, every boat want to go to the park, they have to pass this location and they have to stop. So this is the reason because there'll be some checking to ensure that they didn't take anything illegal out from the forest. So what happened typically, the boat during that time, they don't turn on the light, they just pass through, so people will not notice the boat pass through. So what we do, we provide a camera with infrared sensor. So we detect the boat trespassing, and we provide a portal for this Royal Belum to view the incident. So this is some example. Okay, just now, just to recap. So businesses are in different state of capability and readiness in embracing digital transformation. Programs like Industrial Forward, which targeting manufacturing and related services, and NTIS, the sandboxes targeting innovator and startup entrepreneur, it helped to expedite the adoption of the advanced technology in the businesses. So this is also indirectly it will impact the future digital workforce. So I think that's what I'm able to share with you today. So
thank you, Encik Fairuz. Thank you. Wow, that was good. I guess with that sharing, those of you with the technologies that you need to find a home to adopt, come to Malaysia. And I'm sure that there are enough technologies that Mimos has at